Well, my name come up and they told me I was drafted and I was willing to go. Well, they took us out to, well, we call it Camp Push-Up, but it's Fort Lewis, Washington. Our drill sergeant was a push-up master. We would do 100 push-ups and then he'd put us in what he called the front-leaning rest position with just lock your elbows for a minute, and then we did another 100. Our drill sergeant was a crazy for push-ups. He could do them one-handed and everything. But then to be in Vietnam, you have to be a private E3. They flew us out there. We got there at, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they give us this test to see what we was best suited for. Well, I'd been to a mechanic school for a year. I thought I'll be in the truck, in the motor pool. But we took the test and every one of us came back suited best for infantry. That's what my country wanted. I wasn't opposed to it. It was so hot to begin with. I asked them, man, when does the monsoon season start? And they told me, oh, about the 1st of September, and it'll last till about the 1st of the year. Well, 1st of September at 4 o'clock in the morning, it started raining, and we weren't dry again until Christmas Day. Every 60 days we went into what they call the stand down. We could go to a rear area and we'd get to shower and sleep in a bed, and we could go to the radio shack and we would radio back to a phone and I could call home. You was allowed 2 calls. One of the big things we did was guarding Highway 1, which was the main highway in Vietnam up the coast, and we guarded it for, well, people putting out booby traps or setting up ambushes or whatever. My assistant gunner was killed, laying right beside me. I mean, there were, like I say, there were 9 or 10 of us in our group, and sometimes we'd lose 3 of them in one day. There was always booby traps and trip wires and snipers and ambushes. Well, after I was there a week, I never thought I'd make it home. There's no reason I shouldn't have been killed dozens of times. Carrying the machine gun, you're a main target. If somebody gets wounded, most of the time we never knew whether they made it or not. Very few of them make it through. Well, I would have been in combat a whole year, but I broke my arm with a couple months left to go, and so I was in the rear for the last couple months. So I had to stay there. I couldn't do much. They made me a mail clerk in the rear then. That was something I could do, was sort mail one-handed and help them there. When we got back from Vietnam into Seattle, there was protesters there spitting at us and calling us names and everything, but when I got back here, I never had any of that kind of trouble. That's what all the people fight for, is that flag. I do have PTSD. Well, rain is a big trigger for it, and once in a while I'll see a little dark-haired girl, dark-complected girl, and that really tears me, because I did have to shoot one. It's terrible. They put a backpack on her as a bomb and told her, they'd tell them that the GIs had food for them, and they'd come running into you, and you didn't have a choice. And that'd be their own parents doing it. It gets worse as I get older because I have less to do, more time to think about it, less other commitments. I mean, when I was farming, I was busy all the time and wasn't quite as bad, but it's worse now. My wife is just the best. She was the one thing I didn't have over there that I really wanted. So now that I'm home, she's the one that can calm me, because when I'm with her, I know I'm not there.